Django 1.7 Make migrations not detecting changes. As the title says, I can't seem to get migrations working. The app was originally under 1.6, so I understand that migrations won't be there initially, and indeed if I run python manage.py migrate I get. If I make a change to any models in my app, it still says unmigrated as expected. But if I run python manage.py make migrations my app I get. Doesn't seem to matter what or how I run the command, it's never detecting the app as having changes, nor is it adding any migration files to the app. Is there any way to force an app onto migrations and essentially say this is my base to work with or anything? Or am I missing something? My database is a PostgreSQL one if that helps at all.
Okay, looks like I missed an obvious step, but posting this in case anyone else does the same. When upgrading to 1.7 my models became unmanaged, managed equals false. I had them as true before but seems it got reverted. Removing that line to default to true, and then running make migrations immediately made a migration module and now it's working. Make migrations will not work on unmanaged tables, which is obvious in hindsight.
If you're changing over from an existing app you made in Django 1.6, then you need to do one pre-step, as I found out, listed in the documentation. Python manage.py make migrations your _app label. The documentation does not make it obvious that you need to add the app label to the command, as the first thing it tells you to do is Python manage.py make migrations, which will fail. The initial migration is done when you create your app in version 1.7, but if you came from 1.6 it wouldn't have been carried out. See the adding migration to apps in the documentation for more details.
My solution was not covered here, so I'm posting it. I had been using SYNCDB for a project just to get it up and running. Then when I tried to start using Django migrations, it faked them at first, then would say it was okay, but nothing was happening to the database. My solution was to just delete all the migration files for my app as well as the database records for the app migrations in the Django_migrations table. Then I just did an initial migration with /manage.py make migrations my_app, followed by /manage.py migrate my_app. Now I can make migrations without a problem.
Agree with that, Furins. If everything seems to be in order and yet this problem arises, check out if there is any property method with same title as the attribute which you are trying to add in the model class. Remove method with similar name as attribute you are adding. Manage.py make migrations. Manage.py migrate mail. Add the methods back.